Good morning, everybody. It is 10:30 on the clock, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, the 30 of the Four of Wands, the Home and Union. And we're first going to go ahead and take our deep breath. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. I want you to really deep breathe and get that oxygen into all of the cells of your body, into your toes, the crown of your head, the tips of your ears, and the fingers. Really imagine that white light coming in through your crown, wrapping it around your heart, and then diffusing it out to all of your limbs, and then out to your etheric bodies, and out to your neighborhood, your home, your universe, as far as you want it to go. So let's go ahead and take that deep breath. One more deep breath. And one last deep breath. Mother, Father, Christ, Sophia, Amana, Creator, please armor us all with your love. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everybody, and thank you for being here with me. I so appreciate you guys. And so let's get going with the read today. I did a message of the day, a union read, and a twin flame read. I also was clarifying the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups because they came up yesterday. I actually posted the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, and they came up again today. Right here is the Knight of Swords in the middle, and then the Knight of Cups is the challenge, and they came up together again in the read right here. This is the Knight of Cups, and the card next to it underneath the mini cards is the Knight of Swords. So very significant combination of the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. I'm going to show you the pictures first. We're going to roll the die. So here is the union read. For those of you not familiar, it's a 4D, 5D, 6D read for the feminine on the left, masculine on the right, and then the bridge between the twins in the middle, the incoming divine feminine, the outgoing divine masculine, the underlying energy, and the closing energy of the Two of Cups there. This is the Syrian Starseed deck. This is the main regular read for the Twin Flames, which is the read in front of you. It's a 7-deck read. Again, this is the Syrian Starseed deck. And here is the, I'm going to show you that too. Here is the full read that you see in front of you, 7 decks. Let me clarify that a little bit better. Okay, it is a lot of energy, so don't force it to fit if something doesn't resonate with you. It's the general reading. And I saw this, if anyone knows what this little critter is, as soon as I walked out my door this morning, I saw the tiniest little bug that's like see-through flying, and I can't believe I actually saw it with my eyes because I thought it wasn't really something I saw. I thought it was just like something in the wind because it was so tiny and kind of see-through. But if you know what this bug is, because I took a picture of it on the leaf, it looked like it was flying in front of my face to protect its nest right there on the leaf. But this is the bug that I saw. And look at the hearts on it. How beautiful is that? So if anyone knows what that bug is, let me know. And then yeah, here he is with his little legs showing. And then I found a moth, unfortunately, in my sink, but the moth was so beautiful. I felt so bad that it had passed away in the water, right, the soapy water there, but look how beautiful the moth is. So just wanted to share that with you, and there may be a message there for you as well. Okay, so let's roll the die. See what's going on here. For the Twin Flames, yay, Twin Flames, Twin Flames, yay, Twin Flames. I am of God, I ground myself to the earth. Twin Flames. Okay, we have Leo. We have the number 9. Excuse me, which is also the Hermit and Virgo. also the collective consciousness and compassion in the month of September coming up. And then also we have Venus here. So Venus, Leo, and the number 9. And we're in Leo energy still right now. So we have the representation of Leo, Virgo, and Libra, actually. So the next quarter, actually. So there's very significant energy there. So going from Leo into Virgo on the 22nd, which is also the full moon, going from the Leo of the inner child, right? And loving to just love and be in attention and getting attention, being the star, and then going to Virgo, which is the purification, and then Libra, which is the balance. So there's a significance here for the next 3 signs coming up. So let's see what else is coming up regarding that, and the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. So first, the message of the day. Today is the 18th of August, and I think this is actually Elizabeth's birthday. So if you happen to listen, Elizabeth, happy birthday. I remember that because my birthday's 9/18 and hers is 8/18. And the day adds up to 31 today, which is the 5 of Wands, which can be conflict and fighting and battles and competition, but it also could be the pursuit of happiness and acting and playing games and having fun. So again, I'm reminding you, it just depends on your perspective. It's also the moon today. So the moon and the 5 of Wands. So the 5 of Wands could also represent groups coming together. And the moon, so the subconscious energies, the romanticizing of things, the nighttime, and the Cancer energy. All right, so the message of the day. So again, I had written down Libra and Virgo this morning too. So again, that's the midpoint of the chart, the astrological chart. So that's coming up is very significant, right? Because it's the middle, it's the moderate energy, the 0 point energy between Libra and Virgo, right? So we have at 9 o'clock a.m., I did the message of the day. It's a lot of source energy behind the 9, again, going into Virgo, and the Hermit, the collective consciousness, compassion, and universal selflessness. It's 10:38 on the clock, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Queen of Cups, being loving, kind, and intuitive. It was just 7:33 on this clock, which is the 7 of the Chariot, the 33 of the Christ vibration, ascension. So the message of the day is the underlying energy of the heart, the 2 as 1, like the 2 of Cups. The first card out was the Book, and then the Rider. So the message of the day is all about the one-to-one connection, the heart connection. And whether that's you with yourself or with another, one-to-one, with the child, pet, or innocent one, and cracking codes, getting information to go on an adventure, perhaps. And actually, for me, that relates to me and my son, because I'm driving him to his new job in another state. So gifts, deliveries for dreams to come true, with institutions, universities, hospitals, and places of higher learning and education. To test, and again, that's the 9, I think, astrologically, the 9th house. To test and examine or get MRI, or a magnet of spiritual nature. To overcome challenges. Elena Denon was just talking about her friend in Hawaii who just created a new device. I think it's called DEEM, D-E-E-M, but you can check out her website. Her last video, I think she was talking about it. It's in her details if you want to check it out, because it has to do with magnets, and they're coming up here. So to get an MRI or magnet of a spiritual nature, which this device was, to overcome challenges, mountains, and ranges of the Power Lady, and the group or online chatter with wise guides or counsel or serious talk, which can relate to Sirius, the constellation, also to cut the crap and get to the good stuff, nature and public meets or celebrations, and builds of beauty, with direction of the stars or planetarium, or school of astronomy or astrology or astral travel, shooting stars, and healing an institution that's not what it seems or requires masks or tests or IVs, in a death-ending dark night or embalmment or 5D connection of the subconscious, at night with cancer issues or pinpointing the right spot or timing, or an ablation for cancer treatment, so as opposed to getting chemo infusion, getting just the chemo to the spot that needs it, or ablation type of cancer treatment. Something that's targeted as opposed to infusion of chemo because your whole body doesn't need it, right? Spiritual bridges to cross, mountain a risk or gamble for mother and child, finding a good community or home for a child with guidance to crack the whip, to sort out what's positive and get rid of the petty annoyances and pests, for clean living and getting rid of toxins with blessings, the key to freedom or release. Anchoring down by nature, by the water perhaps, and clean wells, with burdens of inspections and two-faced individuals and institutions, and medical clearances and lab tests, spiritually crossing old twin bridges to collapse the timelines with a breakthrough to the golden goose, the perfect nest for mother and child as things are looking up. Mother with community and child with home, and the child energy can be anything new, or it can be a pet, or even the innocent inner child of you or your twin. But the mother with community and child with home, and nest and deliveries, not without toxins or not without their difficulties or challenges, or the snake giving a hard time to the loving lady at 923, which is the Hermit, and the 23 of the King of Wands, doing her due diligence to expose what needs to be cut out, or just cut or cleaned and sterilized as the fox leaves with one last look back with the key to their freedom, a lucky break. Traveling to, and that was just a message of saying thank you. So there's gratitude coming up. Traveling to anchor down with commitment to opening new doors with letter, document, or test results for mother or powers that be to push through the layers of confusion to see the light of the family tree and navigating through to abundance that comes from cleaning out the toxins for the loving man and the power man and the innocent pup and fox, so pump just came up, all the sides of the divine masculine in learning about himself. So again, like I said, I asked who are the Knight of Swords, who's the center of our read today, and who is the Knight of Cups, who is the challenge for the Knight of Swords, who's reversed. Knight of Swords reversed, Knight of Cups is upright here. They were both upright yesterday. So who are they? The underlying energy was coming up as the loving man first, the power man traveling to commit to the institution, and then the underlying energy of the birds, or being social, taking a risk to meet publicly the loving lady, perhaps for a dog, which is so funny because this is coming up as like what my son was doing as the loving man, and then what my daughter was just talking about getting a dog, and then the underlying energy, the third thing was coming up as the book or the vault and cracking codes, with the Two of Cups below it, the Two Hearts as one, which is very much the energy that I'm in right now, with the moon pinpointing the mid-moon cycle, which is the 29th, 30th to the 31st, or Cancer anchoring to gain clearance to go on an adventure. So I clarified this a few times to get who the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups were. So again, who are they? The pup and the rider with a breakthrough, romancing a commitment to your dreams, the sun and the stars and galactic friends, spiritual clearance, the mountaineer, lucky with mask for child and sunshine, backing, the sunshine backing them up, taking a chance to cross twin bridges to two hearts as one, perhaps for you or for your child or the innocent one. The underlying energy for the Knight of Swords here, actually it's for Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups. The underlying energy first came up the Four of Pentacles reversed, which is about letting go or putting all your cards out on the table to fix things or to make amends with someone. We definitely have the Knight of Swords is the King of Swords, all right? Because we had the Knight of Swords in the read yesterday as well, and now we have the King of Swords here. He's right here on the Knight of Swords, so that's most likely the Knight of who the Knight of Swords is, because he comes up in my clarifications as well. So the Knight of Swords reversed with the Lovers on top here, which is upright. Most likely the Knight of Swords is an air sign, strongest Gemini, but Libra's present there too. And when I pulled again, I got Aquarius, so I can't really rule out any air sign, but it's definitely that energy of the King of Swords. May have Taurus and or Sagittarius in their chart. The Empress or Mother, the Empress is reversed with the Mother next to him. She in lack with the King of Swords, or the King of Swords in lack, looking down at her, seeing synchronicities and losing patience, but with heaven in their eyes at the same time, dissatisfied in not getting their way at work, left out in the cold, or dealing with, that could be patience as well, without options or unable to implement at this time. Whereas the Knight of Cups was coming out as perhaps a Scorpio, or Scorpio in their chart, or clingy third party, or funeral service, with the Knight of Cups bringing love and cheer to that service, with the King of Pentacles admiring their will to find peace. He led by Saturn, the King of Pentacles, and she by the moon at night, or he is a Capricorn and she has Capricorn moon. And the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community of abundance, or a dowry, or seeking treasure within in the silence, knowing without seeing and keeping to themselves, detoxing the Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Pentacles upright, kids, or negative self-talk of the Page of Pentacles, opportunity, invitation, or the Page of Pentacles with a curious interest in a peacock or colorful bird. So when I asked again at 9:50, which is the Hermit again and the Ten of Cups, emotional fulfillment, the Knight of Swords was coming up as the King of Swords with the Holy Grail of love, with the King of Cups reversed, or conditions for a new life or offer, with depressed Aquarius or Scorpio or Virgo, juggling but dissatisfied with death and Dark Night, or Scorpio celebrating or coming together, with Hermit reversed, or one with dementia in a split or divide, or of course that could be someone with Alzheimer's without clarity, right? So they're confused and need clarity or need help. But it also could just be someone over isolating and now coming out, that Hermit reversed, or Virgo energy. So the Knight of Cups here was coming out at 9:56, which is the Hermit and the Two of Swords. The Knight of Cups is upright in the read as the challenge, but it came out reversed here in this clarification as stubborn and uninspired, where the underlying energy was for both of these, the Knight of Swords and Knight of Cups, was the Seven of Wands, or standing up to light the torch. The Knight of Cups, stubborn and uninspired, or the Knight of Pentacles reversed with the Page of Wands reversed, with a sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, and their world upside down, or divine feminine in the 5D world, with the Knight of Swords rushing in. Or Scorpio upright and Pisces reversed with the Knight of Swords with Libra in their chart, or coming in with unfair news of final judgment, or a final judgment of a divorce. That ship has sailed, perhaps Viking or pirate ship, or shipping and receiving, imports and exports, Chinese, Japanese, or British. And then the bridge over River Kwai came up in the movie last night, so that's coming up here too. Divorce and unhappy family, or alternative belief systems and emotional cycle that's so over, tempted by the Holy Grail with the Emperor upside down, out of control, but inspired or aroused, their world upside down, dumping multiple loads, or no longer confused at work, with those out in the cold or left behind, and the Knight of Cups reversed, and the King of Pentacles reversed, in disconnect or at a distance, with Cancer, Sagittarius, and Gemini, or Cancer, Sag lovers, or subconscious, dreamy, or at night, a higher love in a sexual connection. Your chariot awaits as tossed out in the middle of the night, or no collection, or no pickup, or ascending but lacking faith, fallen from grace, or had to get hit by a car to move to a place of peace, or trading in a car or that can be a car accident as well, or trading in a car for another mode of transportation, or driving there and flying home once you've dropped them off. And that could be like the foolish energy of the child not knowing exactly what they're doing. But again, somebody could have gotten kicked out of a house as well. All right, so we have in the clarification for the Knight of Cups that's upright, the Knight of Cups actually comes up reversed. So there may be some vacillation in their energies there. So those are your clarifications as we go into the reads. And now we're going to do the union read and then get right into the twin flame read in front of you. So the union read was done at 4:14, which is the 4 of the Emperor and the 14 of the Temperance card, again that higher love. And the Emperor looks like he's out of control, not in a bad way, but because they're in love. And maybe he's never been in love before, or maybe he's just used to being in control of everything in his life. But the 4 of the Emperor, the 14 of the Temperance card, being patient and being in that higher love, one step at a time, in the union of 4D, 5D, 6D on the 18th today of the moon, with guidance as the underlying energy, reflection as the central energy, which is also Taurus and Virgo, and then the 2 of Cups at the end. So with guidance and reflection coming together as the 2 of Cups. Guidance and reflection of the one-to-one connection. And again, Virgo and Libra were coming up as the midpoint of the cycle. Society versus the individual, or guidance outside of ourselves and guidance within. Taurus and Virgo too. The incoming divine feminine here is the 10 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune, or the Great Wheel. The pyramid chipped or cracked, or family or emotional guidance, or Taurus emotionally fulfilled, or Taurus emotional fulfillment is all about self, or destined to crown themselves, heal themselves, and sit with self, to be inspired by that, and destined, or very different energies, or fixed and still, and mutable and multitasking, or Libra in the 3-ring circus here, or Buddha and Atlantis setting up for Niagara Falls, or building a pyramid inside 911 monument next to Lady Liberty with crown, where all revolves around them. The grid is sealed in 3 planes of existence of atom and electrons, or electrons, L and ektrons, sealing the deal. Service to self and service to others, and service to creator coming up here is the 3 world split. The 4D here is the Page of Wands, Karma, and the 8 of Cups. The Page of Wands inspired but needs to remove their mask, or the Page of Wands is the lion, the Sekhmet, and the mother or sister wants her flame back, or thankful for the child. At 4:30, which is the Emperor and the Union, or the home or security, the Divine Masculine is leaving behind a lot of emotion, arranged perfectly before their departure. Batman heading towards the beach, or where the land meets the sea, bridging in a wake-up call as a pinhole leak in the crown is all it takes for an avalanche as the lotus opens to end karma for good, for all. The 5D here is the 4 of Swords, reflection of the 9 of Swords, as the Divine Feminine's on break, or thinking or meditating by the sea or by salt water. So some of you may, put salt water by your bed to get that salt, that clearance energy there. The Divine Masculine hiding out of the sun, underground in the shade, or counting to 9. Bridged by reflection, hermiting with the light, or out the back, facing the Divine Feminine to see what's up, both in a quiet place. The 6D is the 3 of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles, and the Strength card. The Divine Feminine workplace, manifesting the workplace, and Trinity, which is try a show of power and gratitude, and the Gingerbread House, the Divine Masculine breaking through the ring of fire, birthing with a mighty roar, or suddenly out the back jack, or remote viewing a couple, bridging with the Knight of Pentacles crystal proposal of a very fair city, or very clean and white city. Kind of like a Greece energy there. The Divine Feminine with inspired to sit at the beach, or beach home, or business, or perhaps having their business at home at the beach. The Divine Masculine on their way there, thinking about underground, in the shade, or under the boardwalk, or walk of shame, and then breaking right through to the other side, or manifesting catching someone in the act. And again, this is resonating with somebody getting kicked out of the house as well. The bridge here is judgment, announcement, a wake-up call to reflect, or to the Hermit with the Knight of Pentacles proposal. The outgoing Divine Masculine here is the 6 of Cups, the children loving and hugging each other. The Ace of Cups, which is self-love, spiritual love, and new love, and the Three of Swords, which is the separation, but in this deck it's very much about the light and the storm. The children, whether it's the inner or outer children, hugging and loving in self-love, spiritual love, and new love, an outpouring of love, while the ship is searching in the storm, or in the night after the storm clears, a flash of lightning to heal and forgive and connect one-to-one in forgive and forget. Peaches or peach flowers under the bridge, and actually peach morganite was coming up yesterday as well. The Divine Feminine with Taurus and Libra on their side, and the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands, very fiery energies. And the Divine Masculine with Leo and Sag on his side, soulmates connection of inner child and outer adult. The overall card was the 46 of the Six of Cups, the children hugging each other. The horizontal pillars came out to 5, 13, and 28, which is the Hierophant, the Death card, and the 28 of the Two of Wands, the Twin Flames. And the verticals came out as 10, the Wheel of Fortune, 7, the Chariot, 17, the Star, 6, the Lovers, 1, the Magician, and 5, the Hierophant again. So the messages regarding religion, marriage, establishment, or Taurus, and a death or an ending or transition there, to choose a new path or deal with twin flame with the Six of Cups in a loving embrace. Destined to ascend to dreams, lovers' magical commitment as the Six of Cups in a long embrace. The Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt for the Twin Flame read in front of you at 4:55, which is the Emperor and the Truth, the Ace of Swords, the Excalibur. At 5:05, I got of Crystals, which is of being Christ-like, or of Crystals or Purges, and Tails also coming up at 5:05, the Hierophant and the 50 of the 10 of Cups, which is emotional fulfillment. I finished clarifying at 5:18, which today is the 18th, the Moon, and the 5 of the Hierophant again, which is also commitment. The major arcana for this read were the Lovers upright, as well as Guidance upright, and before the read, the Hanging Man and the Moon, or Luna. Guidance, by the way, is the Hierophant. After the read, Indigo, or the Magician, came up, Transition, which is the Death card, and Temperance, which is the, it's actually called Alchemy, but it's the Temperance card. We have 4 Pentacles, 2 Swords, 2 Cups, and 1 Wand. So a lot of Pentacles here, time, money, and energy, the things of practical day-to-day life. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords are the main characters in the read here. Knight of Swords, Knight of Cups, King of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Now the King of Pentacles came up with the Knight of Cups, so they could be the same person, and then the Knight of Swords can be the same as the King of Swords. It could be their action, right? So the Queen of Swords came up before the read, and the Nine of Pentacles, or Sovereign energy, came up after the read. There were no double digits in this read today, which hasn't happened in a long time, but all the numbers showed up except for the number 1. 1 is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. So I was getting ever no before as well. So we have 3, 4, 5 of the 3D, 4D, 5D. Also the number 8, significant on its own as strength, inner and outer strength, manifesting of your dreams, and also the dance between the masculine and feminine, and the 10 of the 1-0 trill of that high vibration. It's also computer code. Again, it's destiny. We also had 23 of the King of Wands, 56 of the 2 of Swords, 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, 89 of the Phi energy, expanding and contracting, or just in the middle, reflecting, and then 9, 10, begin again and again and again. As soon as you expand, remember to come back to center again, be present in the moment. The code line was all about the number 7 from 3 and 4. It could just be the 3 as well, but 3 and 4 with 7 was coming up yesterday too as being just a little bit more than half, right? 3.5 and 3.5, or 3.7 and 3.3, some kind of division there. But again, the energy of always wanting to err towards the light, a little more than half. And then we have the energies of the message here were about health and patience, but they were divided up into he, off, which again is bringing up the he being a marshmallow. And that can be someone who's soft, whether it's, not standing up for themselves, allowing people to, it's like putting themselves out there for everyone. Anyone who will ask them to do something, they will. But there's no attachment to that person. They just do it without boundaries, though. So he, Ulf, and then patience coming up with Pat and Ience, and I'll tell you how that came up. So health and patience. So that can be being patient as patient, or also dealing with patients as in sick people. So those both can come up here. The messages were coming through as the Sophia I am, which is also defined as to be. Sophia I am, the feminine collective, the Empress or mother of the Knight of Cups, of being love, the master of the fourth, or Futh, which is Futh is copious or abundance. So it's coming up as the Sophia, the feminine I am, is the Empress or mother of being love, of master of abundance, right, which the Empress is. And it's also coming up as the fourth, which is the Emperor. So she's also master of the Emperor, right, the woman behind the man. So it's so funny the way they bring it up sometimes. All right, so it's also coming up as yes. 3 Knights of Emotions, or the Knight of Cups, to master the 4th Knight, or to master plentiness, abundance, and foolishness, silliness, being crazy. He, the marshmallow, or flowering plant, without emotional attachment. Also, we have Sophia, I am, 3 Knights of Emotion and mastering the Emperor, he, a marshmallow, who strokes patient or patterns I ants. So instead of, it's describing the eye, like keeping their eye on the situation. Who strokes patient or patterns I ants. Yes, take the high road in energetic exchange. The Knight of Cups is the master of abundant health and patience. Yes, the Empress, the Knight of Cups, master of the Emperor to the nth degree regarding their health and patience. Patient or patent of Jesus' seal. Okay, so they're just referencing the energy again. It's like a patent of Jesus' seal that the Sophia holds as the mother energy. See the 3 Knight of Cups, the 3 Knights again, and the 3 Knight of Cups who are being love. Master off owing you to the nth degree. So it's also letting go of the feeling obligated or feeling like you owe something to someone. The 3 of Pentacles is the first card in the underlying energies, which is the co-creation card for me. Below that is the Queen of Swords. So we're talking about the cards over here. The top card there is that 3 of Pentacles. The 5th card down is the Queen of Swords reversed, and going up is the 7 of Swords reversed, the Hanging Man upright, 6 of Wands reversed, and the Luna or the Moon reversed. The Queen of Swords reversed, coming clean or cleaning up their act, or just cleaning up around the house, and hanging out to see a new perspective under the radar, or about the need for attention at new moons, or early morning, or under the radar deception at work or in co-creating at 6:38, which is the Lovers again in the Queen of Cups. In a happy ending, but without the tools, the lover present or with a gift to hang out with them for emotional fulfillment. The Page of Cups at the workplace, or a message of love at work, with the world upside down, or divine feminine in the 5D, and powerless to justice, or divorce, or divine feminine in 5D. Or Pisces dependent, and Libra or judge, and fool free to indulge in detoxing, dumping a load, dropping the ball, and dropping the facade to play ball. At 6:43 is the Lovers and the 3 of Cups of coming together. A reunion perhaps, after aroused and dumping a load, playing hardball or withholding time, money, and effort, planting or growing roots, no longer performing without payment or exchange, no more blowing whistles or working out calves, doing all the cleanup and sleight of hand tricks, or dealing with crocodile smiles in order to get money out of you, or no more funding for the gym or tap dancing lessons or haircuts. So it's like, cutting back on expenses here. And also, putting out money for others that isn't your responsibility. Sprouting new hairs, or no longer aroused by power and money, or playing hardball, or balls hard, so somebody could be sexually frustrated here, or the judge set the fool free and the devil to detox with confession, as long as they confess or blow the whistle. Now the judge here is playing hardball. At war or out at the shooting range or up to bat, satisfied drinking after the game with the emperor's facade dropped. So it's like the divine masculine likes hanging out with the emperor after the game, because when he drinks, he's not trying to control everybody anymore. So keep an open mind, and retreat comes up here. And the evil empress reversed, expecting their family to drop what they're doing and go fetch. The King of Cups fantasizing or seeing synchronicities of being defenseless to the feminine wiles while little lizard watches. Or the King of Cups with dessert, but they're slow to romance. By the time he gets there, he's so slow, another will have come and swept them off their feet. The King of Cups is dreaming of meals with his girl, perhaps on the floor, and being defenseless to her feminine wiles or advances in front of the lizard, or with no lizard around. Slow to get cooking, goes right for the dessert, female bored of eating and attacks another man. Or shy to show displays of affection in front of the turtle or lizard or kids, or food on the floor, or with mother watching. And there could be someone who lives with their mother. So happy ending here with 93, and underneath that is rebirth, with it, which is the 16 of the Tower. Getting over a loss, regret in the wounded warrior's surrender to manifest big, with their cards on the table, with issues at work, and the Knight of Swords rushing in with news and clarity to the King of Pentacles here. And here, the Knight of Swords was upright in the underlying energy, but it's reversed in the center of the read. So here the Knight of Swords came rushing in with news and clarity to the King of Pentacles. The sword is lit up here, perhaps with an eye transplant or seeing without their eyes at 706, which is the Chariot and the Lovers. The King of Pentacles on vanilla Keeblers or cream-filled wafers or cookies. It's like, as long as they have the vanilla cookies there, I'm there. Cross my heart, or X his eyes, or thanking his lucky stars, or sharpening his knives or swords. So I was getting someone who may have passed away. And I'm getting this could be, it's not an old person, it's a younger person. It could be a partner or an ex who may have passed away. It could have been of cancer. Someone might actually be getting an eye transplant from them. So, you know, there's mixed blessings there, because it's sad that the person is left, but they left them this big gift of eyesight if they aren't able to see. And it can be an older person as well, but someone could be getting an eye transplant. Obviously, that's not for everybody. An eye transplant, or just, again, seeing without using your eyes. And this is having to do with the King of Pentacles. Cross my heart, or X his eyes, thanking his lucky stars, or sharpening his knives or sword, ready to cut that bird. Two-man horse doesn't work without the other. The King of Pentacles contemplating his destiny. There could be 2 to 3 Capricorns here, and Cancer reversed, with Gemini both upright and reversed, or Virgo reversed, Pisces reversed and Taurus reversed, as well as Libra and Aries both upright, and there could be 2 Aries upright here as well in the underlying energies. Rushing in, the Knight of Cups with the Holy Grail in hand to the prisoner of negative self-talk, or negative self-talk. After this read, the energy was coming up regarding suffering in silence, or dealing with sister, coming clean, or purging, or cleaning up, needing strength, health, or courage to send a message, or confront your fears without option and in need of tools, perhaps insecure, on break, recovering, or in 5D connection, recovering from exile at 718, the Chariot and the Moon, which is a lot of Cancer energy there. Recently is the 8 of Pentacles reversed, overworking or not working out, the Empress reversed, and the Knight of Swords reversed, with the worst over now, and the Empress in lack or lashing out or holding their tongue, but wanting to lash out. The Page of Wands is inspired by the Page of Cups, who is shy or uncomfortable and drained or feels burned or in need of the sun, or fun and vacation. So these are 2 young energies of the Page of Wands and the Page of Cups, so we're really excited to see each other. They can be kids, but they can also be adults who feel like kids when they come together. Drained by the Hierophant or Taurus, and the Dark Night or Death transition from social distancing or bad influences or too much partying or drinking and hanging out with the Queen of Wands reversed, right, who can be in a bad place. So she could be sick, tired all the time, you know, she could be complaining all the time, or she could be pissed off. Perhaps the kids are tired of a mother and grandmother and wanting their own place, with Taurus upright and reversed, Leo reversed, and Scorpio upright, or Capricorn or Pisces upright here. The foundation is the Ten of Cups, happy family or a happy ending, or ending to an emotional cycle, with the Hierophant, religion, establishment, marriage, or Taurus, needy for attention, with the Hermit shedding light on that, or this could be a doctor's visit as well. Overworked or not aligned, or paid under the table and now can't get a loan, while the Hermit has secret passion on their mind. The central energy is the Knight of Swords reversed, with bad news, lying, or verbal abuse, or holding their tongue, the King of Swords upright, with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and separation on break or while in 5D connection, and coming clean about passionate offer via a message from their twin, soulmate, or kids, being loving to each other. The Knight of Swords reversed may be purging, overwhelmed, or sweating it out, or dumping an emotional load, and challenged by the Knight of Cups who's upright, offering love or just being love. Even if the Knight of Swords reversed ignores them or stabs them in the back, they still go on being love to others. The Knight of Swords reversed is challenged by the Knight of Cups upright, and the Knight of Cups is walking away from the Knight of Swords reversed and their bad behavior. Defenseless to energies or being bullied, detoxing chaos to get past the past, the split or divide, needing the truth about brokenness, a breakup, breakdown, a break in, out, or through, with car issues or trip issues, or emergent trip to the hospital, or on call. In a slowdown, recovering from exile or injury or illness, the King of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles perhaps teaming up in a father and child or father and child time where they're very much alike. Or the King of Pentacles extending an opportunity or an invitation to those who need to recover, with Cancer, Capricorn, and Libra all reversed right here. Or the Queen of Pentacles reversed with their lawyer, as the King of Pentacles upright has the child. The Page of Wands and Page of Cups may be moving in together. So there could be another child or two who are moving in together without the parents. So now is the Lovers in the rainbow hue, depressed and weak, or Aquarius and Leo both reversed and not happy about the lovers coming together. Kids unhappy about the Emperor's new life or new partner, and clearly stable at home or in divorce, or with clarity but knocked off balance by a union or wedding or justice of the peace. The lover may be worried that she'll say no. The Divine Feminine in 5D in Dark Night, with the Queen of Swords reversed, finding peace, making love. Lovers at the workplace imprisoned by the Queen of Swords reversed and no options or unable to implement them at this time, with the Queen of Wands reversed dumping all her responsibilities on the lovers or Gemini Queen of Swords reversed, surrendering wounded warrior, powerless to secret passion on a quest for peace and or travel, with third party or dependent fighting to move out before the reunion, with the Divine Feminine in the 5D, Queen of Cups reversed, or Pisces playing hardball or withholding, saving for a new life. Soon here is the King of Pentacles upright, seeing synchronicities of Cancer reversed or warrior divided, broken, seeing synchronicities of deception of the Ten of Pentacles reversed, family, business, or community dysfunction or loss, or again, always comes up with that misappropriation of funds or not a healthy use of money here, and reaping rewards of being a player or of getting played, or falling short in settling out or being able to share, but worried about disappointing the Queen of Cups reversed, perhaps with Cancer in her chart. The twin flames are seeing themselves as guidance, free to leap and be unconditional love after all the drama, or Aries is free from the King of Cups Scorpio, or with Scorpio in his chart, dumping a load, impatient or overwhelmed, with fallen angel or Sagittarius reversed, sweating it out, with the King of Wands upright, unable to sleep until they're with their partner, two as one. Soulmate and express your love and playfulness comes up here, as well as getting to know each other, and attraction as getting to know you and getting to know all about you. So that was definitely coming up. Around the twins are how they're seen as the King of Swords upright, making an announcement about delays in starting over. The Knight of Cups is offering love to share with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, who may be stubborn and blocking them. The block here is the Four of Wands upright, the stability, the home, the union. The Knight of Wands reversed, perhaps spending a bit to fix it up for third party, to make amends for being a player or falling short of expectations or energy, and perhaps scared to do this. We have patience and health, but even more so, communication, spiritual career, and completion. Closing the distance gap after sudden jealousy, and recovering from exile now that the worst is over, with the Empress reversed, perhaps, and kids doing well, walking away with the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave, recovering and coming out of dark night, death, and or transition, and Pisces reversed, Queen of Cups reversed, and Hermit Mother insecure or without the tools or being manipulated, perhaps Pisces reversed too, so they can be manipulating or manipulated. There's all the water signs are here at the end as Scorpio transitions, but their head is not yet above water, still dependent and impatient or powerless after being an inpatient. The workplace with the Ten of Cups, happy family or emotional fulfillment here, with guidance or Taurus, establishment or religion, and the King of Swords upright, overworked or not working out. The Knight of Swords reversed is challenged by the Knight of Cups upright, and the King of Pentacles is home with lover, recovering from exile, illness, or injury. Insecure in transition, death or end, dark night unable to surrender completely as dependent or loss of power, money, and independence, and they are now then impatient. The workplace is not aligned here with the King of Pentacles upright. The Ten of Cups, family or emotional fulfillment, and they may be holding their tongue about a lover, affections, or Gemini here. The challenge being the Knight of Cups and guidance of the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords union of home, recovering without tools, in dark night, death, end, or transition. This could be a dark night too if the electricity goes out. Dropping the ball, powerless, or losing patience at 8:02, which is the dance of strength and manifestation, the two of the High Priestess. And that was the read. And I watched Railway Man, which was a very interesting movie last night. So you might want to check it out. Yeah, that was a very nice movie. It was very beautiful about forgiveness. So if you want to watch something about forgiveness in the most intense kind of way, please watch The Railway Man. It was very good. All right, so let's see here what the Animal Spirit Guidebook has to say for us today. I was just getting sloppy seconds. I'm not sure why. It's 11:18 on the clock, which is Justice and the Moon. And again, today is the Moon energies, along with the 18 and the 31 of the Five of Wands. Let's see what the Animal Spirit cards have to say. What is our takeaway for the Twin Flames from this read? Twin Flames, that came right up. The Unicorn. Okay, and that's all about your third eye as the collective consciousness is awake, or the collective is awakening, right? So the rainbow energy is all around the world now as everyone awakens, and it's so important to use the third eye. Okay, so again, as the color of the rainbow has displaced all the dark energy, you still see a lot of dark energy around, so it's still affecting people. It's so important to cut through that with your third eye. And we have the eagle as well. As the eagle falls. Again, they're overseeing everything. And here the eagle, I'm getting not the eagle, but I'm getting again the, what's it called? The Orlovec, O-R-L-O-V-E-C. It's like love with or in front of it and C at the end. It's like an eagle or a hawk, but it's not. It's a different like bird of prey, of fish. And that's what I'm getting again, that Orlovec. But again, here's the energy of a lot of golden green energy, which is the solar plexus and the heart energy, but really solar plexus energy here. really sprouting outward as this bird dives in. And again, this comes up from my experience in the harmonic egg, where the talons are actually coming down to hold the earth, you know, in a loving embrace. It was like the eagle or the prehistoric bird with the elephant. The only way they could show each other love was by the eagle massaging the elephant's head. And that's the same energy I'm getting here, where the eagle or that Orlovec is landing on the earth to massage it, to give it love. So it's very interesting the way that's coming up. So let me know how that might relate to you in a specific way. And then we also have the eagle coming down to connect with the wolf, who's feeling kind of neutral now and not sure which way to go, right? They may be stunned because they got caught in the act, or they're just confused, or not knowing which way to go, or looking for guidance and being more neutral now instead of leading the pack, right? Because the wolf is usually the leader of the pack. The leader of the pack. Shh. So again, there's very different energies here, all coming together to work with each other, right? To expel this dark energy here in different ways. And then we have the snake. So again, when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And there's the teachers already. They're all waiting for the teachers, for the students to wake up. So here's all the teachers lining up for all the students to wake up all at the same time. It's like the first day of school, which is coming up, you know, now for college, and then September for the other schools. So the teachers are all lining up for all the kids to come in, they're ready for the mess that it's going to be and ready to deal with it. And this is like the one who gives detention, right? And this is the principal who's being more wise and intellectual, but you know, we have backup here if needed. That's funny. So that's the energy of going back to school here, right? It's the same energy as waking up the collective. And then we have the wise ones here coming together here. Oh, look at the combination of energies that come up next. There's actually a bird here too. The wise owl, right? The king of the jungle, which is the Leo that we're in right now. Then the camel, who's very independent, right? They have their water, they have a ride, they have everything they need just in case. And there's very blue energy here with the throat chakra, whereas the lion is very lower chakra energy, right? Because they're king of the jungle. They're very grounded. The owl's got a lot of pinks in here. There's a lot of rainbow hues within the dark. So they're working on keeping their energy clear around them, even though they're transmuting those dark energies intensely right now. The lion is very well grounded, and the camel very independent and in their truth, very able to speak their truth or not, right? Sometimes not speaking your truth is the biggest truth of all. And then here we have the nightingale purifying with their voice or their song as the collective awakens. And then the bottom of the deck is the swans. There you go. There's your twin flames. The swans reflecting each other as the couples come together. Okay. Beneath that is the cheetah. And that's been coming up as like the crocodile, like waiting to attack. And again, this is like being hypnotized, like they can't help themselves because the dark is hypnotizing them because they're in fear or in that lower vibration. So again, this is coming up with the cheetah and the lion, but the lion's very calm. The cheetah's waiting in wait, ready to pounce, and so was the crocodile yesterday. So again, I'm going to show you the lion and the cheetah. So these could be coming nose to nose too, but the lion is unaffected. He knows he's very well grounded. And this one's more hypnotized. So you're going to see different kinds of energies. Someone who may be dealing with 3D energies because they're very strong and grounded. They don't get flustered by this kind of energy here because they're the ones who are being affected by the negative energies. So they're neutralizing them, right? Not reacting to their negative energy. So again, the underlying energy is the two hearts as one, the two Paramahamsa, the swans, loving each other. They've already dealt with this energy. The twins have already dealt with the shark and the cheetah attacks, okay? This is about staying neutral and staying in a good place, and the lion's able to do that as well. All right, let's see what the journey of love has to say. So again, the first card out was the unicorn in the third eye. So it's so important to use your third eye right now. As the eagle or the Eklavek or Orlavek swoops down, it can be the eagle diving as well, to massage the crown, right? Because the crown's related to the third eye, because actually the pineal gland's related to the crown, and the pituitary gland to the third eye. So the third eye chakra is not necessarily the same as the pineal gland. And there's different interpretations of that. But for me, I'm seeing right now two triangles. There's a triangular relationship between the third eye, the crown, and the pineal gland. There's also a triangle between the pituitary, the third eye, and the fourth eye, which is more related behind the throat chakra. So it's like two triangles. It's very interesting the way that's coming up, but yeah. All right. So from the journey of love, we have, again, Angel of Jupiter Awakened, which is the 6 of the lovers. And again, this involves the feminine and the masculine, or masculine and the feminine, both floating in their own lanes, but they don't need to do a thing, because the longer they stay side by side, the more they will actually become one. This will just become one lane if they keep going. And then we have, just look how these match. Just for a moment, joy, with the 46 of the 6 of Cups, the inner children loving each other. So keep your hearts open as you float along, staying in your own lane. As you merge together automatically, just keep your heart open, your inner child. And there's very much that same energy of being very grounded here, but also the child who's got their third eye wide awake as well. Right, we got some pinks and purples here along with the grounded energy. So very much the crown and compassion coming up here. Third eye, crown, and compassion. And very much about the lovers and the inner children. And then the yin-yang lover of the feminine bending over backwards. So again, right, don't be a marshmallow. You know, love yourself first. And this is, again, bringing up the hair, how the hair is part of your connection to the etheric realms. Hair and water is very significant. And stretching. You might want to stretch to release pent up things in your back, energies that may be stuck in your spine. So you might want to do some stretches, but only do what you're able to do comfortably. You know, if you have a ball, you might want to lie back on the ball to stretch your back, because we don't often arch backward. We usually hunch over sitting all the time. So there may be a lot of stuck energy that people need to work on. But this is also about being in the cyclone as well as in the vortex at the same time. Being able to bridge the gap. The bottom of the deck here is the sensual awakening, which is the 64, which is the worst over in the bliss state. The sensual awakening, to where the pain falls out and all of a sudden you feel blissful because there's no pain anymore. And that's after the temple of the 11th hour of the 59, the conflict within, the war within, and within all that turbulence, still coming together and making peace, which is why you need to watch that movie last night of the Railway Man, okay? And there's something to do with trains that might come up there too. So again, here's the Statue of Liberty. We're talking about the 9/11 monument rising, and I had gotten that message of the angels at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty, and this had nothing to do with this card, with the Palladian ship coming into the Statue of Liberty. So again, the 11th hour of the temple and the sensual awakening, allowing all the swords to drop out, no more pain and only bliss, is the underlying energy there. And then again, the first two cards that came out of you guys sailing together, keeping your inner child heart open, just for a moment, joy, which is that bliss. The Angel of Jupiter Awakens, there's Jupiter and Sag energy there, or benevolent energies. And then the yin-yang lovers of the inner children here. The lovers and the inner lovers. So this isn't just the 5D Connect, this is both. This is physically grounding the union of the inner children and the lovers together as the yin-yang lover, right, in the vortex here, but within the cyclone as well. So I'm going to read you the Jupiter Awaken. I'm going to read you the Unicorn. The Unicorn, reconnecting to higher wisdom or divinity. It's difficult to see, hear, or think of a unicorn without immediately questioning if it's real. Did they ever exist? Perhaps long, long ago? The mind answers maybe, or it could be, or no way. And I just want to interject here that I definitely have met a unicorn before who I was very, very close with. It was an intense, beautiful connection. This very contemplation explains our relationship with divinity and encapsulates our wavering belief in the unicorn. We wonder what divinity is, and we wonder where our intuition comes from and if we can really trust it. We think about a higher power and our mind hesitates between yes, no, and maybe. Is it male or female? Does it have a name? Is it just a feeling? The unicorn card appears and wakes us up to curiosity about the higher self and the divine. It is a card of questioning, exploring, and contemplating the inexplicable. The mind's eye knows there is something beyond our day-to-day lives, a deeper dimension to our experiences. The mind's eye reaches and reaches and reaches out to grasp something more. You are the unicorn, and you have begun your quest for the answers. And this is the 6th chakra, the 3rd eye. There's no surprise the subtle essence of the unicorn card resides at the 3rd eye, the exact place from which the unicorn's horn extends. The center is called the Ajna chakra, or command center. The ancient yogis, and it's funny because ground control to Major Tom was coming up yesterday too. So again, the 3rd eye. And also the Ayans was coming up for the masculine in this read too. The ancient yogis believed it to be responsible for our intellect, intuition, and deepest wisdom. Some say our 2 eyes see the past and the present, while the 3rd eye peers into the future. What else was I just also getting? I got something else, but now I've forgotten what it was. Okay, it'll come up again if I need to. Okay, so now we have the number 6, which is Jupiter Awakening. The angel of Jupiter awaken. Beloved, within you there's a magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. Awaken that keen spirit, hungry for adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? A smile? A yes to that offer of adventure? Sharing vulnerability without fear, taking a step forward into the unknown, daring to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you. Embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream, beloved. The bold divine nature within you is calling you to great things. Now is your time to awaken. This oracle holds a message of guidance for you. You are being given an opportunity that can change your life. Don't hesitate to accept it. If you are acting with more assertiveness, more generosity, and more playfulness and more spiritual authority than usual, this is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within you. If you're experiencing some havoc in your life or sense that things are changing, this oracle comes as an affirmation that yes, there's change, and yes, you're outgrowing what once was, so you'll be prepared to receive that which is more suited for your next stage of growth. And by the way, I just remembered what I was getting before, and it had to do with annex. So if you're not familiar with Elena Denon, right, she's been abducted when she was 9 years old and other times, but she's very connected with Thor Han. She's got a device in her head, so she doesn't channel him. She can channel him, but she's directly connected with Thor Han, who's a Pleiadian. And also one of his friends and her close connections as her spiritual family is Annex. And I had seen that picture of the ET in the bushes that I posted one time. For me, I was getting that was Annex, which is connected to Thor Han. So Annex was coming up again here when I was reading, so that's what I needed to bring up to you for some reason. I don't know why. Annex may mean something different to you as well. So the poem here reads, awaken your arms, I wait to stop time, savoring each moment for an eternity. Like an angel, you light the room, your love giving life to the love I've held within. Unbridled and free, our dream unfolds, and we are forever changed. Okay, so make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and do it in your own way. If you don't do it, that too is always up to you. And never punish yourself for your decisions. Everyone goes in their own timing. Give each other space. Don't make decisions for other people. Allow them to make their own decisions and be okay with that, even if you don't agree. Of course, if they ask for your advice, give your advice, but don't expect them to necessarily take it. It's okay. Everyone has to have a choice of which direction they want to take and get there in their own time. And just have faith in that, just like with your kids. When they're 14 and 15 and they're making you crazy, that you just have to faith that everything you've taught them over the past 10 years that they have learned, and it will come up over time, which is true. You just have to love them through it. So again, be good to yourselves, guys. Rise and be love. Take a deep breath. Rise and be love. I will see you again soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.